Not every legend has won an NBA championship. In this video, we're going to name every NBA team's best ringless player. My only rule is that if they got a ring, regardless of where and how, they're not included on this list. For example, Dwight Howard won a ring for the Lakers, he won't be considered in the Magic's pick. On the flip side, I will include active players for this list, since technically there are some really good ones who aren't champions. At least not yet. I'd like to see them all at least win one ring before they retire. So without further ado, let's rebound onto that list. The best 76er to never win a ring is one of the best players regardless of teams to never win a ring, and that's the answer, Allen Iverson. AI got close, he made it all the way to the NBA Finals before. His only issue was that he was facing Kobe and Shaq in Shaq's prime. The best Buck to never win a ring is Sidney Moncrieff. Sidney is one of the best two-way players in Bucks history. He put up over 22 points per game in his best scoring season and is a two-time Defensive Player of the Year. The best Chicago Bull to never win a ring is Derrick Rose. Hopefully Derrick Rose finds a way to help some team win it all before he retires. He is younger than Steph Curry, believe it or not, and had Rose not get injured, Derrick may have been an NBA champ and NBA Finals MVP by now. The best Cavalier to never win an NBA championship is Mark Price, who's also the best Cavalier not named LeBron James. Mark Price is a part of the 50-40-90 club, and those 90s Cavs teams I do think were championship material. It's just that they existed during Michael Jordan's prime. It was kind of like the right team in the wrong time. So many Celtics legends have NBA rings. This franchise is tied for the most banners after all. My pick is one of the most recent Celtics stars, Jayson Tatum. Tatum played in the 2022 NBA Finals and helped his team push the Warriors to 6 games. Hopefully, this video ages poorly and Jayson gets himself a ring in the future. The best Clipper to not win it all is one of the best players to never win an NBA championship regardless of teams, and that's Chris Paul. Hopefully Chris can win one before he retires, but as of this upload, his furthest attempt in doing so is blowing a 2-0 lead against the Bucks in the NBA Finals. The best Grizzlies player to never win a ring might be the best Grizzlies player of all time, and that's Ja Morant so far. It might be slightly too early to say that Ja is the greatest Grizzlies player of all time, but barring some tragic injury, not much is stopping him from having that title. Hopefully he also gets an NBA title in the near future. There are many great Hawks players to not have an NBA ring. My top 2 are Dominique Wilkins and Trae Young. I wouldn't put Trae Young above Dominique in any respect as of this upload. He has a chance possibly in the future to do so once he hits his true prime, but hopefully by then he also wins an NBA championship, which would make him disqualified from this list anyway, making my pick Dominique Wilkins. The best Miami Heat player so far to not win a ring is without question Jimmy Butler. Jimmy is an amazing player, and he led the Heat to the finals once so far against LeBron James. He's got a chance to win it all in the near future. Hopefully he indeed does get a ring soon. So far, one of the best Hornets players of all time is Alonzo Mourning, but he's an NBA champion during his days with the Heat. And some might consider my next pick a little too early, but I am picking LaMelo Ball to represent the Hornets here. I think talent-wise, he's already up there in terms of Hornets all-star players. As for the Jazz, this is a super close call between John Stockton and Karl Malone, and this duo really needed each other for them to both thrive. You could easily interchange each pick, but I am putting Karl Malone here since he is a 2-time MVP. There are many great Kings/Royals players like Oscar Robertson, but he's a champion. One of the best Kings to never win it all is Chris Webber, who got close, but is another right team, wrong time type scenario. It's not easy trying to win it all when you're going up against Kobe, Shaq, and the referees, but that's a story for another day. Patrick Ewing is easily one of the best players regardless of team to never win a ring, let alone the best New York Knick to not win one. He's gotten close, he has been to the finals, but during his second opportunity to play in the finals, he was injured, which greatly hurt his chances of becoming a champ. Elgin Baylor is another selection for one of the greatest players to never win a ring regardless of team. Now, based on the history books, he does not have a ring and isn't considered an NBA champion, but technically he did play 9 games in that 1972 NBA season, which the Lakers did win it all in that 72 season. So by modern NBA standards, a franchise probably would have sent him some jewelry, but he isn't technically a champion as far as history is concerned. What's important though is that he is a champion of a person. Rest in peace to Elgin Baylor. If Dwight Howard didn't win a ring playing with LeBron in the bubble, he would have easily been the best Magic to never win a ring, but since he is a champ, this pick goes to Tracy McGrady. T-Mac got both of his scoring titles while playing in Orlando, putting up 32.1 and 28 points per game in a back-to-back scoring title accomplishment. The best Mavericks player to not win a ring is easily Luka Doncic so far, who might win it all in the near future, but for now he's got this pick. As for the Nets, if Jason Kidd didn't have a ring, he would have been my pick for this spot, but this is a close call between James Harden and Vince Carter. I'm going with Vince since he actually played some of his best seasons with the Nets, while James was hardly even there to be remembered as a Net. Like, in the future, are we ever going to remember James Harden as a Net? Maybe, but I don't know. Next up, we got the Nuggets. If you asked me this question 2 years ago, I would have easily said Carmelo Anthony, but now that Nikola Jokic is a two-time back-to-back MVP and had the highest single-season PER in NBA history, how can you not choose him? The only way he gets off this list is if he wins it all and Carmelo doesn't, but hopefully they both win a ring before they retire. Pacers, no question, Reggie Miller, who's one of the best ringless players, period. He did make it all the way to the finals before, but met Kobe and Shaq, so you know how that one ends. The best Pelicans / technically New Orleans Hornets player to not have a ring is Chris Paul. Unless he wins a ring before he retires, this spot needs no explanation. For the Pistons, we're going with Grant Hill, who, if he didn't run into health issues during his early days, he probably could have been a Pistons lifer and win it all with that 2004 squad, but of course he spent his career playing for a number of teams but never won a ring. With the Raptors, many consider Vince Carter the best Raptor of all time, let alone the best Raptor to not win a ring, thus he gets the spot. The best ringless Rocket is James Harden, who won an MVP while playing in Houston but did not win a title. Hopefully he can win at least one before he retires. Many of the Spurs legends are simultaneously champions, but there is one who is a great Spur but couldn't win it all, and that's George Girvin. George is one of the most underrated players in NBA history. He's a 4-time scoring champ and put up over 33 points per game in his best scoring season. The Suns is a close call between Chris Paul, Steve Nash, and Charles Barkley. Steve and Charles are the only Suns who are also MVPs, so I'm picking between them, and of these two, only one made it to the finals, so my pick is Charles Barkley. Barkley's Suns teams are another right team, wrong time scenario. Had this team not run into prime Michael Jordan, they could have been NBA champions. The best Thunder player to never win a ring so far is arguably the best Thunder player, period, and that's Russell Westbrook. Well, he didn't win a ring, don't let this distract you from the fact that he did average a triple-double. The best ringless Timberwolf is easily Karl Anthony Towns, but hopefully he wins one in the future, since he and Ant-Man make a great duo and Ant-Man isn't even in his prime yet. Some of the best all-time great Blazers are also champions, like Clyde Drexler, who won it all with Hakeem the Dream, and Bill Walton, who won it all playing in Portland. So my pick is the best active Trailblazer star, and that's Damian Lillard. Hopefully Dame Dollar can grab a chip before he retires. Many of the Warriors' all-time greats are also champions. One of the few all-time great Warriors to not win at all is Chris Mullin, who put up over 26 points per game in his best Warrior season and is a 5-time All-Star, 4-time All-NBA player, and a Hall of Fame player. The best Wizards player to never win a ring is a super close call between Gilbert Arenas and John Wall. John is easily the more athletic player, as he's one of the fastest players in NBA history, but since this video is about rings, I'm going to put more emphasis on the postseason. And in this situation, Gilbert has been to 5 playoffs, whereas John has only been to 4 so far. So Gilbert gets this spot, but John does have an opportunity to turn things around. So here is every NBA team's best ringless player. Let me know what you think of this list and what you want to see in the future. Don't forget to dunk on that like button and subscribe with notifications turned on. I'm Rebound Rewind, and I'll fast forward to you later.